Hello, my friends. It is Laura Victoria Ward here, and I am going to offer a very quick quad stretch and um, fascia squishing, crushing, mobilizing with the foam roller and also just stretching. And this is for my friend Michael Taft. Um, yeah, and we've been talking a lot about different types of movement, micro movement, big movement, stretching, how to keep our bodies happy. And I certainly know that as I get older, I need many diverse types of movement, but stretching is one of them, and so is foam rolling. So I would suggest that if you're going to do this, you would be warm to do it, that your quads are not cold. I feel like with the foam rolling, you can do that cold, but the stretching, you really want to be warmer for that. So you could have done some squats. You have been bike riding, running, plie. That could warm you up, right? Hang out there for a little while. Your quads will get warm. So first, I'm going to start with the foam rolling. So I'm going to do this way. Um, I can roll through the front of my quad, but if I roll across and kind of cross hatch, it's going to affect the tissue differently. So the long muscles of our quad are primarily the fibers are really going up and down. So when I start to cross hatch, it's going to shift things a little bit more. So I could also do this with no foam roller. Let's start there, actually. Let's go easy on the floor. First thing I would do is bend my knees, let my legs fall from side to side. Loose and easy. I'm relaxing my butt. I'm relaxing my lower back. I am slowly and gently massaging across the front of my quads. And I can feel, especially on my right quad, a big lumpy section. So I'm going to now change that, add my foam roller, and first I'll do the rolling up and down a few times, kind of getting on the different parts. The slower I do this, the more it's going to affect the tissue, or the more the fascia has a chance to adjust to it. Right now, because I'm in speed demon mode and I'm making a video, I'm not going very slow. But if I were doing this for myself, I could spend a very long time here. So next version, I'm going to bend my knees and I'm going to just roll across. I'm trying not to put too much tension in my body as I do this, just enough to hold myself up and support. And I'm going to move slowly down. My feet are very relaxed, or move slowly up, depending on how you look at it. So I'm going all the way across those muscles of my quad, rolling across from side to side. Now I can also kind of hang out there and move my body so I'm getting some shear force. If I move side side, I'm not really rolling. The tissue is there and I'm getting a lot of movement in that tissue. So this is another way of getting in there. I got the up down movement, I got the rolling across movement, and then moving it, from the bottom of my quad to the top. Then I also have the moving my body and getting the shear force. So all of that fascia, all of that muscle fiber is getting a lot of mobility all the way down from my skin through the superficial fascia, probably to my perifascia and the bone, right? Yeah, getting in there. Yummy. So that is for the foam roller. Now I'm going to show you the stretches, and I'm just going to make sure my camera is still on, and I'm going to lower this down a hair. So this could be done. I'll show you a couple versions. You could do it standing. Here's my laying down version. I'm going to show you so you get an angle. I'm here, going to grab on. Once I get there, I like to circle my foot a little bit, so I'm getting the whole fascial train all the way down into my foot, having a little bit of movement. Then I'm going to draw my heel into my butt. I'm going to turn a little bit so you can see this. I can take my quad back a little bit, my knee back. Once I get there, I'm going to slowly move my heel toward my midline and then toward my hip. If I did this on my belly, it would look like this. Now, that internal and external rotation is coming from my hip socket. It is not my knee. I'm not getting that mobility in my knee. My knee is just doing the hinge work. So that would be the second thing. Then finally, I could also lift up. I could go for full half bow on this. So yeah, I can do that here. I can just kick it back further. I want to keep my leg fairly parallel to the floor. So my knee shouldn't be popping up here. If my knee's really popping up, I want to bring it down, get more of a stretch in the green part of my tights. Yeah, so just letting it rotate in and out. Let's go with the other one. Maybe I'll do a different angle. So I'm starting here. Then I let my hip socket move. Movement in the joint, or my femur head moving in my hip socket. I can take this further back. I can kick it out. If I'm on my tummy, on my belly, I want to not super engage the front of my body, but a little bit. So like sometimes people are in there and like, I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything. It's like, okay, draw your pubic bone into the floor and then lift your knee slightly if you don't feel anything. Then rotate a little in and out, stretching through the different areas of your quad, the 4 sections of your quadricep. Yeah. And then if you want to go for the kick up, kick it up. And then this could all be done standing. And this is for the more intense people. You can take it here going back. You could do it with one leg, which will be easier. Or if you want to go nuts, do it with 2. Now, the closer my knees are together, we can play with that. I can close my knees. I can open them out. I could also do this with one leg, just letting that move a little bit. I can move my pelvis a little bit. So don't go crazy. If that's too much for you, don't do it. You can injure yourself. But that's it. So that is the whole quad stretch in 7 minutes. Lots of different possibilities there. Do it warm. Make sure that you've warmed up those muscles if you're going to do the stretching. Rolling, it's okay. You can do it cold.